Okay, I'm sweating blood to make this place look a bit nicer. A little less trashy, so I've changed the angles. Welcome back to Adore Cream Prince videos with perfect taste. Now, we're going to talk about some beautiful Prince stuff today. Main focus of today's video is Lovesexy. Sorry I've been a bit slack with this, being pretty busy with other things, but here you are. This is the book I've been dreaming of. Every serious Prince collector needs this book. It is just incredible. It's called Prince and the Purple Rain Era Studio Session. So just when you're recording this, everything's backwards, you see, yeah. And this is 83-84. It's very detailed. So yeah, this is the level of detail, but don't let the text put you off. It's very easy to read. There's some very classic songs in here. I just love it. Now, back to the rest of what I was talking about. We're going to talk today again about Lovesexy. Okay, we've already talked about the Black Album and what came before it. Normally I do a big detailed video about how each album was recorded and how each song came onto the album, but with Lovesexy that's just so nice and easy. Basically what happened was because the Black Album got scrapped, that left Prince really pretty much with nothing new to put out except for what he's doing Proteges. Prince, being Prince in the 80s, wanted a completely new album, so he got started working on a new project called Lovesexy. This is December 1987. He basically cut the whole album except for When Tour and Love, which dated back to March 87 and came off the Black Album. He very much didn't change it, but what he did do though was he added some new songs. And this is an original record from 1988. I bought it years and years ago. It was in a pretty tatty condition, but this is what you got basically. Famous painting, unless of course you're in the States where they banned it because it was considered too rude. Something very provocative about this flower, but the photographer was John Baptiste Mondino, who was much later known for taking photographs of scantily clad gay boys. So, and the whole photo, I'm sorry, I mean, I know Prince was heterosexual and he loved gold and everything, but this is pure fish, wouldn't you agree? I mean, this is almost like RuPaul's Drag Race without the drag, but taking out of its wrapper, as you can see, the colours are actually quite bright. All the songs were basically cut between December 87 and February 88. There was one song that did not make the cut. This is what the vinyl record looks like. Basically, it's your generic Sign of the Times, same style label. They used this on all Prince material right up to 1993, except for Batman because of copyrights that used this generic Warner's sleeve. Also in this pack too, I've taken it out because I'm worried about toning again, because 88 was the last few years of acidic paper. They put the lyric sheet on it. Prince is very clever at putting lyric sheets on albums. I'll talk more about who sang what and which song in my next video, which will be Personnel in the Tour. But this one for now, Prince has pretty much kept the same band from Sign of the Times, except Greg and Wally have gone. Well, I didn't anticipate the putting the records away part. Greg and Wally have left the group. That's the only big difference. Kat and Boney have stayed. Boney joined in 87 on the 87 tour. And then with the album too, there were no less than 3 singles released. The first one we talked about, Alphabet Street. This is a 7-inch. That's the 7-inch there. This is basically it's got Alphabet Street and Alphabet Street Extended. Pretty much the 2 short versions. This is not the original sleeve. I've actually replaced it. The original sleeve was plastic like this one, so I've kept the original sticker. Looking at sticker, you can see why I've changed it over. And this is the Glam Slam. Again, like with Alphabet Street, you basically got a clear perspex sleeve with a sticker. As you can see how grubby it is and how toned it is, I've put it into a brand new Mylar bag because I want to keep the record for longer. And this is your standard 87 to 92 single type. You know, you got the purple polygon, how very 80s. So that was the second single, Glam Slam. Now, unlike Alphabet Street, Glam Slam was a colossal flop in the States, missing the charts completely. And also the same with, but it did get into the top 20 in Britain and New Zealand. Again, because like I said last time, New Zealand Prince was very hot by the stage. And third single was I Wish You Heaven, and they actually got rid of the plastic covers and went back to a proper sleeve. And again, this is another beautiful song. I absolutely love this song. Again, B-side just basically was actually quite funny. This is what will surprise you for the B-side. Camille comes back singing Scarlet Pussy. Yeah, and that song actually did not appear on the Black Album or any subsequent earlier Camille pressings. He actually recorded that in 88. But Scarlet Pussy is a hilarious song with some silly noises such as you know, Pussycat, wherefore art thou puppy? And someone come get this meow meow off, mate. A meow. Yeah, it's really silly. And there's an extra treat for you all. Again, I'm sorry, I Wish You Heaven was another colossal flop, missing the chart completely in the States. First time since 1979 Prince had 2 complete flop singles, basically. And it just showed you how far he'd come down. Okay. Next thing I want to show you is, I showed you this last time, this is the Alphabet Street single. Don't worry about the lines, it's just the bag lines. As you can see, you saw that last time. Now we move along to the second single, Glam Slam 12-inch. Again, it was the same thing, one of these horrible bags. In case you're wondering, I've taken the single out of the bag for that simple reason. And B-side on the 12-inch was a song called Escape, Free Your Mind from This Rat Race, which is a really funky dance cut, you know. Escape, free your mind from this rat race. And yeah, so that's your 12-inch for Glam Slam. Again, horrible Perspex pack. And finally, the biggest thing I want to show you, probably my favourite, is 12-inch of I Wish You Heaven. And again, I Wish You Heaven, this record, there's a treat here. Again, the only thing not a treat is just an extended mix of Scarlet Pussy on this side. But on this side, you do not have your standard I Wish You Heaven single. What you actually have is a 3-part dance jam. This is wonderful. Yep, and this is really, really funky. If you ever see this for sale, you should buy it. This is amazing dance cut. You know, lots of dancing, lots of funk, just lots of cream, basically. So there you are. That's the 3 singles released off Lovesexy. Now, giving you some dates. Lovesexy, the album itself, was released on May the 10th, 1988 in Britain and Europe and Japan, and came out on May the 11th in America. Okay, chart-wise, it was not a huge success compared to his earlier albums. The Lovesexy album peaked at number 8 on the US charts, which actually seems quite low. Oh no, I'm wrong. It actually only peaked at number 10. The single Alphabet Street peaked at number 8. Either or, but still barely top 10. Every album since Purple Rain are becoming lower. Purple Rain was number 1 for 26 weeks. Around the World in a Day, 3 weeks. Parade stopped at number 3. Sign of the Times at number 6. And now a Lovesexy flopped out at number 10. It didn't even go platinum. It only went gold, which is really sad. And I bought this album a very long time ago, as you can see. One of the first albums I bought as a young man. I was 16 when I wrote that. And it was quite sad really, because it's such a good album. I love it, and I'll do a proper review of it later, but just for now this is just basically the promotion. There's one other song that did not make the cut, and hopefully Jay will get to this. There's a song called The Line, and The Line was like an early version of the first track, I Know, and it had a lot of Boney singing, and it had some hilarious lyrics, you know, but it had the same type of funk, but it was like, can you tolerate things are not so great? I'm a free man, I can understand this. I won't do the line. Hey, ho, the line. And again, it's another song about crossing over to God and pure and spiritual things. You know, it was all this Lovesexy personality. And the thing about The Line is that you can only find it on bootlegs, and Prince never really performed it on stage or anything. It was just one of those songs. December 87, he did a couple of mixes of it, then put it, and then left it, basically. It includes some hilarious lyrics. I mean, Mr. Answer's going to love this part. It goes, is it called the housequake? No. Is it called the shake and bake? No. Is it called the rasseroni? No. Is it called the macaroni? No. Boney, 2. Get up on the 2. What you gonna do? Kangaroo? Say what? Kangaroo? Yow. Doing the do? Ow. You know, it's really quite hilarious, and there's a lot of parts, and there's a part where Boney comes in and starts singing Take My Hand, Precious Lord, and that's the only part of the line that basically made it onto the Lovesexy stage show. She actually sings that after God Is Love. Yet God Is Alive, even though it is a Lovesexy era song, it never appeared on Lovesexy. It was added to later. Prince actually did record and cut a few songs after Lovesexy, but that appeared on the Lovesexy tour. These are these songs like again, God Is Alive, also known as God Is Love, which is really kind of a tack on from Anastasia, which includes that stuff. And then also there's the song People Without. Prince was singing that a lot in the after shows, and that's actually a very dark song, unlike the theme of Lovesexy. It would never have gone on Lovesexy because it's so dark. It includes such lines as people with their heads in their ass, people who fuck without being in love. It's a really dark song, really good song too. Of course, he did the first version of Still Withstand All Time. And again, there's an essential bootleg. I know it's YouTube, so I can't really mention them, but he does a show and he does all these songs. He does a version of I'll Take You There, again with Bonnie. And then he also has another song called Cookie Jar, which is a really funky little sexy cut. You know, you could almost put it in, I think he was going to put it on something like Jill Jones's second album. And of course, another one of my favorites from this time is a song called, oh man, I'm trying to remember the song. It's really, really good. That's Fuchsia Light, which is a very good song about fucking, basically. Yeah. So he was doing a lot of stuff at this time. 88 was really his last creative period. At the very end of 1988, he was working on another song too called Rave. Rave into the joy, fantastic rave. I know it comes from 99, but Prince was cutting this song in late 88, and again he sang it on the Lovesexy and the Round tour. And of course, all this music would be swept aside in early 1989 when Prince was asked by Tim Burton to basically record a soundtrack for Batman, because apparently the producers of the song had actually heard another Prince song from late 88 called Dance with the Devil. Again, an incredible song. Hopefully Mr. Anton Jay will get to it soon. Jay's starting to cover some of the earlier deep cuts. If all you Prince heads out there, if you have not heard the song Dance with the Devil, you seriously need to hear it. It is an incredible song. But basically it's sort of a mix-up between Lovesexy and the Batman era. You could almost say it's a bit of a precursor to Bat Dance, but just a lot better than that song, sorry. And I'm dissing a lot of us who got into Prince with Batman, but it's not my favourite album, sorry. But, you know, there was a bit of Lovesexy bleeding into it. So that's just my video for today. I just wanted to get this stuff off my chest because I love it. Again, looking at, there's no stinkers on this album, as you can see. I Know is a great song, it's funny. Alphabet Street is incredible. Glam Slam I love. Anastasia is just perfection. Dance Song's probably less good, but it's still got a really funky dancey beat to it. It's a good partying song. Lovesexy, the song itself is incredibly amazing. There's some really good silly parts again, like in The Line. There's a part where it feels like everyone's been attacked by the by Puff the Magic Dragon, and as Captain said, Prince blows them away with this incredible guitar solo. Then there's some weird lines about running down your halls and race cars that burn rubber in your pants. I just don't know what the hell Prince was on at this time. Maybe he was doing more than dabbling with ecstasy at the end of 87, but this music, I mean, where is it coming from? When Tour and Love I've already spoken, I mean, it's just a creamy, dreamy ballad. It's just pure Prince sex excellence, basically. I mean, it's the type of song that makes you want to take a shower afterwards. I Wish You Heaven is just beautiful and ethereal. And of course, Positivity is the end. It has a very positive message, but then it gets quite dark and it's just beautiful. And at the start and the end of the album, you've got Ingrid Chavez reading poetry like, rain is wet, water is sweet. Now clap your hands and stomp your feet. But there's just one part I want to talk about first. Basically, the Pink hears Sheila E's rap, you know, talk to me, lover, come and tell me what you taste. Did your mama tell you love is too good to waste? Did you tell you Lovesexy was the glam of them all? You know, but between 99 and Alphabet Street, Prince put some tapes of these anonymous voices talking. And you can hear the voices on Joy and Repetition on Graffiti Bridge, but Prince actually taped these back in late 86, and they were supposed to be for a failed movie called The Dawn. And basically, The Dawn was about two rival bands, again, kind of a Graffiti Bridge theme. Basically, The Dawn and the Coco Boys, which again comes from a Prince pseudonym, Joey Coco. And apparently they fought, and they had these pimps outside these clubs talking this shit. And there's a part in the song going, sandwiches, man, I'm going to get me some of them sandwiches. He goes, my name is Andre Crabtree III. I've got more holes than the golf course. You know, which is some pimp referring to how many whores he's got working for him. And the funny thing about all these voices is it's Prince. Prince doing this old man pimp Morris Day type voice like a chocolate guy. That's right, baby. Sitting there eating jumbo shrimp. Look at the bills, everybody. You know, that type of talk. Who said old man don't like trombones? Chlorine, you so damn ugly. Why don't you just take a shower? You know, that type of stuff. Again, sorry, bootleg fans, you know what I'm talking about, but when Prince does that silly voice, I could do yourself a favor. Come here, baby, there's a $50 bill. When's the last time you saw one of them bills? Now get your ass back here. And it's just hilarious. I just die of laughter every time hearing about Andre. And then in the middle of Andre Crabtree and the dude talking about sandwiches, you hear, and now as we pray, like some church thing going on in the background. And I'm just wondering, there's like this hyperactivity running through this record. I just love it. So there you are. Adore Cream is back, bitches. Now watch my videos. I want people to be watching more than 30 or 40 views every video. You know, because I think, you know, Prince is someone we cannot forget, and Lovesexy, rock it. Oh, what?